Welcome, 2020 graduates, parents, family members, and friends to the first and hopefully only EAR virtual graduation ceremony. You can be proud of your accomplishments and have the honor of completing your programs through virtual learning, thus leading us all to learn how to provide a new learning platform of the future. Now you go forward to further challenges as you pursue your goals, utilizing your own individual talents, skills, and strengths. I wish all of you success in accomplishing your dreams and sincerely hope you will make a difference to improve the world we live in. That is my challenge to you. Make a positive impact on everyone you venture through life with. May you enjoy a long, productive, and happy career and maintain a healthy lifestyle with classmates, friends, and family. I hope to follow your progress and will enjoy hearing of your accomplishments, soaring to great heights as EAR Eagles. Again, congratulations to you and your families. It has been an honor and a privilege to be a small part of your educational development. I wish you all the best and hope you all lead a meaningful life and continuous success in tackling all challenges that may come to your way. Now we go through with our virtual graduation. Congratulations.
Good evening, friends, families, teachers, and honored viewers. Welcome to the American School of Recife's graduation ceremony for class of 2020. It's our pleasure to share this special moment with all of you. We hope you will enjoy hearing about our American School of Recife's memories and enjoy the ceremony. My classmate Luis Doria will now present the invocation.
Let us pray. Lord Almighty, we thank you for this opportunity to finish this chapter of our lives. We thank you for all the supportive teachers and amazing staff. We thank you for the love of our families that has helped us along this path. Thank you, God, for letting us finish one step and begin another. Amen. My friend Rodrigo Pires will now share a few words.
Obrigado, Luiz. Eu estou aqui em nome da Sala de 2020 para lembrar de quem sempre esteve ao nosso lado quando mais precisávamos. A equipe de manutenção da escola. Seja no Halloween, no Red and Blue ou durante o dia a dia normal, sempre estavam dispostos a nos ajudar. Por isso, a classe quer agradecer vocês por toda a sua dedicação e trabalho duro que sempre fizeram por todos nós. Muito obrigado por tudo. Bernardo Pinto will now thank the American School of Recife's administration.
Hello everyone. It is an honor for me to thank very important people. Without them, life at the American School of Recife would have not been the same. On behalf of the senior class of 2020, Mr. Bob, thank you. Mr. Jeff, thank you. Mr. K, thank you. Ms. Lindsay and Ms. Mayara, thank you both. I would also like to thank all the administration team, the librarians, the nurses, the psychologists, the secretaries, the special needs department, the IT department, the receptionists, the human resources, and the social media team, the business and finance office people, the elementary principal and assistant. It really takes a lot of people to run a school, and I hope I didn't leave anyone behind. On behalf of the class, I thank all of you who for so many years have impacted who we are. Thank you working, often in the background, to make sure that EAR is a safe, comfortable, and efficient place to everyone. Now, on behalf of the class, Inês Maria and Lucas Pires will thank our teachers.
The time has finally come for us to congratulate a group of people who always believed in us, who were always by our side, giving us a hand when we needed. Our teachers. What is a teacher? Well, Cambridge Dictionary says that a teacher is someone whose job is to teach or to pass on knowledge to others. But you were always much more than that. You were our friends. You helped us with our APs. You read 1,000 versions of our college essays. You hanged with us outside school. You told us fascinating stories that made us rethink our life choices. You even made a video game to try to teach us. You all show valuable lessons for us that we are going to carry forever.
You made school more enjoyable. You made sure that we liked the way you were teaching. You asked us for our opinions on subjects. Your different ways of teaching were always something that excited us. You were the ones that never stopped believing in us and always encouraged us to do our best and to do what we want. You did so much for us that you cannot even imagine. We would like to mention each and every one of you. Yet, if we were to talk about each teacher that helped us, it would take us all night. As Mustafa Kemal said, a good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way for others. It is our honor to thank American School of Recife teachers for all the time, dedication, and sacrifices you've made to help us. Next, Yuri Azevedo will face the impossible task of thanking our parents.
Tonight is an extraordinary night in exceptional circumstances. It is true, we can't all be physically united today, but we are closer than ever to our families. Hence, in the name of the seniors, I would like to thank our parents, the true stars of this show, and the backbones of each of our lives. The senior class of 2020 is officially graduated. Yet, these diplomas are not solely ours. They are yours too. And we appreciate your hard work to guide us to tonight's achievement. You did it. You managed to nurture and educate wonderful children. My peers, who I'm sure agree with me when I say, I could not describe in words the importance you have in our lives. We would like to express our gratitude for your support and trust over the years. And thank you for having the courage to encourage us when we're right and to scold us when we were wrong. Parents are the ones who will always be with us, in spite of the distance and the circumstances, in the brightest and the gloomiest of times. Whenever we need them, they will be there somehow. Not necessarily corporeally, perhaps spiritually, but they will be there supporting us. We do not know what the future holds, yet we are confident that you'll be giving us the strength to move on, no matter what, in this next step of our lives. I hope someday we'll reciprocate all the effort you've put into raising us, as if it were even possible. But once again, thank you with much appreciation. We love you all. And now that we have expressed our gratitude, Lucas Santos will share some memories from elementary school days.
And not such long time ago, my classmates and I were in elementary school. We remember running and playing with blankets in the dance room with Mr. Antonio. His stories were great. We would play hide and seek together in the park when we were 4th graders. We always loved preparing for International Fair and playing soccer at lunchtime. And in 5th grade, the trip to Praia do Forte, Bahia was amazing. Each and every one of us started developing our own character, belief, and values in our own time and process. Needless to say, memories of elementary school are precious. And in my opinion, they are much better than the memories of middle school. Because when we were kids, we had nothing to worry about. Thank you. Now João Alberto is going to talk a little bit about middle school experiences.
Good evening. Middle school is the first time in our lives that we got to experience what the future would hold for us. Moments like Red and Blue and Halloween would shape our competitiveness and encourage us to build everlasting relationships.
We can remember how we now had to create our own attractions for Halloween to raise money for our final graduation. But more importantly, what we learned about cooperation and hard work would be essential for the future.
Even though we cherish these events and hold them in our hearts, moments during our Fernando Noronha trip really bonded us as a family.
From middle school Portuguese, we can remember the news of the week and many projects where we had to make plays about a singular story.
We remember Arão and how fun all the PE classes were, from volleyball to soccer to knowledge ball.
Of course, all of these activities prepared us for the even greater times that were high school.
Now, Emilio Moraes will tell us about high school.
I can't believe that this day has finally arrived. The day when us Eagles will fly high to seek our destinies. This is a really odd graduation. Not the traditional type where there's a party and we get to throw our caps in the air. But what else could we expect from this unique class of 2020? Ours is the type of class in which everyone has their own personality and does not always agree with each other, but it is also the class that sticks together no matter what. We are the class that accomplished the most confusing yet most one-of-a-kind senior year. Throughout the online classes, we saw that no matter the distance, our bond is everlasting. The laughs, fights, hard work, and trips make the story of the class of 2020 special. High school started off on the right foot. Our trip to Chapada Diamantina is still talked about, and the memories are phenomenal, right, Celso? All the presentations for Dona Esther's class that were always correct but incomplete. And how could I forget the red and blues we played and the choreography learned for last year's presentation? Or the Romeo and Juliet parody played in Miss Viega's class in 9th grade. I regret ever saying I was tired of school, because now, looking back, all I want is to live it all over again. Every practice for the NER tournament, every loud music played in the cafeteria and cover court, every drop of sweat put into the Halloween booths and spooky house. All these moments made the class of 2020 unique. And of course, the comings and goings of some of our closest friends, the ones that left a legacy here in school. Yeah, Gigi, I mean you. We, the seniors of the class of 2020, are leaving EAR with a tremendous feeling of gratitude for the best moments of our lives. Amazingly, in the chaotic time we are now living, EAR showed us the real meaning of the family that we choose. Thank you, EAR and the class of 2020, for the best memories ever.
Thank you, Emilia. It is true, we have grown so much together. More importantly, we are together. An anonymous author once wrote, "Memories are timeless treasures of the heart." And we agree. Most of them are unforgettable, and, as Emilia said, make us wish to go back. To live the experience all over again.
We believe that our memories will never fade, and yet you don't have to watch them only inside your head. Our memories are materialized in this video, where you'll see it is evident that we are a family. This is a tribute to all of us, the seniors of 2020. This is who we are.
I wish I could say sorry, but I don't have much to say. You won't believe me anyway. I got a thing for causing arguments, but in my defense, I'm scared to walk away. And what I'm trying to say about me, I don't know me very well. If I'm acting like someone else. And what you got to say about us, don't you see that I'm here? But if I'm acting like someone else. What you got to say about us? Don't you see that I'm here to say you should start trusting me?
que é largar tudo para viver com você este inconfesso desejo.
One eternity later.
Okay, I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house, bored. Bored in the house and I'm in the house, bored. Bored in the house, bored and I'm bored in the house, bored. Bored in the house, bored in the house, bored. Bored in the house, bored in the house, bored. I'm bored in the house, bored and I'm bored.
Duke, can you turn that beat up a little bit? Yeah, just like that. Perfect. There's 2 instructions I need you to follow. When I say red light, I need you to stop. When I say green light, I need you to go.
Red light. Green light.
Now when the strobe light hits, I want you to move like this. Now when the strobe light hits, I want you to move like this. Hit the strobe. 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 Hit the strobe.
When everything starts to fade, you don't have to be afraid. No, you don't have to be afraid. Take my hand and reload. This is free love. That's what we are made of. Yes, we are. This is real love. That's what we are made of. Yes, we take my hand and that's what we are made of. Yes, we
What will the future bring? We do not have a crystal ball, but this is what our classmates imagine will happen. After Celso gets started by selling eggs in Olinda, he will become super famous in the city. He'll be elected the mayor. After many years of politicking, he'll become the president of Brazil. After TikToking a lot, Emilia will start working for Pitu, making the company grow so much, it will become as big as Ambev. As a hobby, she'll be part of a forró band, where she'll play the triangle. After attending college, Eduardo will come back to Brazil to work, but the monotonous life will make him quit his job and try living the best life around the world while he manages his own business. Lamenya will become an engineer, always trying to learn more. That's why he'll be hired by Google, where he'll revolutionize the system. After attending UNC, Benny will be accepted by the University of Chicago, where he'll study economics. After university, he'll become famous because of his books that revolutionized the financial world. He will become Brazil's economy minister. Lorena Castellanos will continue with our predictions.
After college, Cecilia will become a famous influencer on Instagram. She will also expand her family business, traveling around the world and showing all the furniture she will design herself. Right after attending TRU, Ines will be invited to be the head of operations for NSA. After this, she will start her own technology company that will be more successful than Microsoft. After college, Bia will move to Hollywood and become an award-winning actress, deserving her fame as the next Meryl Streep. After studying in Canada, Aiko will become the world's most renowned simultaneous translator from Japanese to Portuguese of anime and manga. As a hobby, she will be the guitar player of a famous J-pop band. Lucas Rojas will start as a sports manager trainee at the Miami Dolphins, but soon he will climb up and buy the entire franchise. Lucas will become the NFL's most successful owner as the Dolphins win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. Next, Celso will share a few more exciting predictions.
Right after attending UNC, Rodrigo will divide his time between working at Hebron, the biggest global producer of medicine, and his venture capitalist hobby, where he will be known as the new Warren Buffett. Pires will become a lawyer, one of the biggest in Europe. But one day, at the zenith of his career, he will be sent to jail for taking a joke way too far in the courtroom. After concluding college, Yuri will obtain a job in research, and he will become the second youngest person ever to win a Nobel Prize. Later, he will leave the field because, in his own words, it was just too easy. Roberto will drop out of college to pursue a fitness-centered career. He will win numerous Mr. Olympia titles while running his franchises of gym. He will participate in the Olympics, yet later in life, he will get tired of this lifestyle and run for governor of California. Jonette will become a prestigious lawyer, grinding his way to the top. He will establish his own firm, but his hobby as a blogueirinha and a TikToker is what will make him really famous. And finally, Benny will share our final amazing predictions.
After opening a Maroon 5 show with a brilliant performance, Lucas Santos will become a pop star singer. Several of his songs will constantly figure in Billboard's charts, and with his fortune, Lucas will invest in the Nasdaq stock market. He'll also buy a yacht in Ibiza. Taking over Maria Serbueno as Brazil's tennis queen, Lorena will be a tennis gold medalist in the 2024 Paris Olympics. After retiring as the world's number 1, she'll start a successful business career in the racket industry. Arthur will start with a small YouTube channel of games, but his views will grow exponentially after he finally begins to speak in the videos. His channel will be called Mito Games, and he will overtake PewDiePie as the world's greatest gaming channel. Bernardo will have a bright political career. Starting small, as mayor of Arco Verde, Pernambuco, he will gain popularity and climb to become Brazil's youngest president in history. At his second term of president, however, Bernardo will be impeached for using taxpayers' money to buy his dog's food. Luiz will become a world-famous preacher, responsible for spreading Christianity in Asia and the Middle East. After giving countless lectures, however, Luiz will get tired of arguing with the public and will decide to buy a farm in Oklahoma, where he'll live a bucolic life with his dogs and cattle. Will these predictions actually happen? Probably not, but whatever the future will bring, each of us are better prepared for life because we learn and we will continue to learn from one another, as Lucas Miranda will explain.
Hello. I think that all of you would agree that tonight is not only about seniors receiving diplomas. This ceremony has given the class of 2020 an opportunity to thank the EAR school community. Now, it is my honor to take a moment to thank individual members of the class of 2020. Each senior here has accomplished a great feat, but finishing high school is just the start. Soon, we will all have our other worries, and whether in college or not, we will remember where we come from. EAR will forever be in our hearts. I hope we will enjoy what comes ahead and live life to the fullest, but we can still be laid back sometimes, like Celso. We have to learn to love art and music like Bia and Santos. Enjoy life like João Neto and Lulu. Be great friends like Cecilia and Emilia. Joke, but be serious when we have to, like Pires and Bernardo. Have our friends' backs like Lucas Rojas. Choose our words carefully like Aiko and Arthur. We should go all in with our projects and proceed no matter what, like Roberto. Work hard and work well, like Lorena. We must learn to defend what we believe in and endure, like Benny, Luis, and Rodrigo, even if they don't agree with everything that they believe in. We should work hard when we have to and hardly work when we don't, like Yuri and Dinesh. Well, we've been together for a long time, and I still can't believe that this might be our last time together as a class, even if we haven't done so in about 2 months. We might be apart now, but in a couple of months, we'll be even further apart. But that doesn't mean we can all be friends anymore, right? As the stream of nostalgia flows through all of us, we might feel a bit scared or even excited for the future. Yet, no matter what happens, I'm sure everyone knows that we can always count on one another. Class of 2020, we made it. Eduardo Diaz will now share his thoughts.
Life is made of phases. A person is born, grows up, and dies. But we all leave footprints behind. Our footprints, which nothing and nobody can ever erase. We're finishing a cycle, breaking a routine. We're used to waking up in the morning, going to school, laughing with our friends, working on our homework, and worrying about tests. This is all about to change. We're about to become adults. Go to college, to work, to take one step further, defining who each of us chooses to be. This process involves an enormous amount of pressure. So here's my message for the class of 2020. Do not be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid of being the person you want to be. Take risks, follow your dreams, fall and get back up again and again and again. Life is not easy and it is not supposed to be, but it is beautiful. Mistakes teach and persistence pays off. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Not talent. In fact, nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Not genius. Unrewarded genius is almost a cliche. Not education. The world is full of educated derelicts. If you see a mountain, climb it. If you see an enemy, befriend him. Regardless, do not give up on being the person you want to be. Yet, be careful. Do not get caught up in the objective. Live the journey. Appreciate the little things, the little moments. The laugh in the midst of the darkest of hours, and the cry in the midst of the brightest of days. That's what makes life special. Wherever you go, whoever you become, enjoy the road. Be grateful, be persistent, and most importantly, do not forget who you are.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, as a secondary principal at the American School of Recife, I am honored to present to you the graduating class of 2020. Why, you may ask? Well, this group of fine young men and women are very special to me. When I arrived here just 4 years ago, not really knowing what to expect, these students, 9th graders at the time, greeted me right away, and several already knew many things about me. Let's just say they had done their homework. Some of them at the time had asked if they could do an interview of me for a school news project, but they didn't tell me when or where the interview would take place. A few days later, out of the blue, they stormed into my office and started asking questions and filming. I quickly realized the organic nature of EAR and how things get done here. Although they were only 9th graders at the time, their kindness, likability, spontaneity were very apparent. Fast forward 4 years. I have become a big fan of the class of 2020. I have watched you all grow and mature over the last 4 years tremendously. And although us educators are here at school to teach you, you have collectively taught us and myself many things. For example, you have taught me about being a positive role model. If I have witnessed many of you interact with younger students, siblings, guiding and mentoring them, or just teaching them a new riff on the guitar. You have also taught me about optimism, especially during challenging situations as Halloween, when you have reassured me, "Don't worry, Mr. Shirk, it will get done, we have time." And about 2 hours before we opened the door, and rest assured it did get done. And recently, with the COVID-19 pandemic, you have taught me about perseverance. During this challenging time, you could have thrown in the towel, slept in instead of attending class, given up on some of your dreams of studying abroad or in another part of Brazil. But after speaking with your teachers or talking with some of you personally, I realized that you were not going to give up. You turned your bedrooms and living rooms into personal workspaces. You worked on the computer 8 to 10 hours a day, attending class online, studying, and doing your assignments in the evenings. You finished strong. The other day I was pondering our school's mission and belief statement, and about how does your class compare to our aspiration as educators for you. I read the vision statement, empowering students to meet tomorrow's challenges with passion and resiliency, check. Core values, integrity, learning, community, check. Mission statement, developing critical thinkers and lifelong learners with an international perspective, empowered to become informed, responsible world citizens. Well, I'll leave that last part up to you to decide. However, I know in my heart that each and every one of you have developed the skills to do well in life. I kindly thank you for your presence at EAR. And please remember, you are forever eagles, so soar high. It is without further ado that I pronounce the American School of Recife's class of 2020 graduated. Congratulations.
Aiko Uehara, Arthur Rocha Lemos, Beatriz Pessoa Cardoso Oliveira, Benny Linspector, Bernardo Albuquerque Barbosa Pinto, Celso Muniz de Araújo Neto, Eduardo Pires Rosenblit Colasso Dias, Emília Siqueira Ferrer de Moraes, Inês Caiado Custódio de Souza Maria, João Bastos Colasso Dias Neto, João Lucas Lamenha Miranda, João Roberto Farinha de Oliveira Santos, Lorena Alves Castellanos, Lucas Catão Rojas, Lucas de Melo Andrade Pires, Lucas Matoso Souza Santos, Luiz Augusto do Vale Dória Filho, Maria Cecília Guimarães Fontes, Rodrigo de Matos Henrique Pires, Yuri Giglio de Azevedo,